Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. There's another open tag going around, and this one is on synthetic handled knives. So knives with synthetic handles, and it shows 6 of your knives with synthetic handles. And well, that is a very broad category when you think about it. But I do want to participate in it. So what I have done is I have put some limitations on myself within the synthetic handle category. And that's because when you think about it, there are so many different synthetics out there that are being used for handle materials. For instance, fiberglass reinforced nylon in the Spyderco knives. Is FRN a synthetic material? Absolutely is a synthetic, as in a man-made material. So my Dragonfly that I carry all the time could easily be listed in there as a knife with synthetic handles, and it is obviously one of my favorites. And then this is off of an old computer keyboard or some kind of electronic keyboard, and so this is also would be considered a synthetic material. This is the Camillus CY2. I've recently shown that one too. Yellow Delrin obviously is a synthetic material as well. It's a thermoplastic and a very good one. And this is my Wall Drug case. Sodbuster Jr., definitely one of my favorite case knives, especially because it celebrates Wall Drug, so that's definitely synthetic. And then when you think about it, all of the Swiss Army knives that I have, they all have, or the majority of them have, a Celador scale, and that is definitely a synthetic material, a man-made material. Now, granted, it's a product of cellulose, but it's definitely a man-made material. So I could be almost done. I'm 2/3 of the way done if I were to start looking at a wide variety of synthetic materials that are used in handle materials. But what I wanted to do is instead look at a group of 6 knives that all have some kind of celluloid or acrylic handle and in some form of swirly plastic. And that's going to be what I'll be showing. And so without further ado, let me just push these guys over to the side. This is an easy way to show more than 6 knives in the video. And let's break out these 6 in swirly plastic. And these are really some of my favorite swirly plastic knives. Okay, so let's break out these 6 knives. And the first one is right here. This is my US Classic Congress. And this is in what's known as Tiger Eye. But it is definitely a swirly plastic, a celluloid that is a mixture of like the pearl white and then a yellow and then a black that you're seeing in there. And this is just one of those gorgeous knives that I really like. And one of the reasons why it's like, wow, I really need more swirly plastic in my life. And that's a really nice Congress knife. Like I said, it's by US Classic. Has the pin blade and then the 2 sheepfoot blades. And then finally, what you have on there is the coping blade all the way at the back. But that's one of my favorite swirly plastic knives, the Tiger Eye by US Classic. And I could have shown you another knife in Tiger Eye. I've only got 2 in it. I wish I had many more because I just really like the way it looks. But the other one I have in Tiger Eye is by Raging Bull, and it is a toothpick, and I have another Raging Bull toothpick that I'd rather show you, and that is my Raging Bull large toothpick, and what's often called cracked ice. It's also sometimes referred to as imitation pearl. This is in the Guardian Angel collection. I have all 4 toothpicks in the Guardian Angel series. One of them is also in the Tiger Eye. Another one's in a purple, and the other one is in green. They're all in Swirly Plastic though. I believe the material used here is acrylic. These are really beautiful toothpicks, very hard to find these days. I think there's only 1,250 of each one made. I think that was the number that was made. You got the Latin cross on the cracked ice one, triple ring bolsters, and I believe these were made in the same factory as the Rough Rider large toothpicks, because everything about them is the same as what you see in the Rough Rider large toothpicks. And just a gorgeous knife, in my opinion. Cracked ice is one of those handle materials that I have quite a bit of. I really like collecting it, so this is kind of standing in for the entire cracked ice collection. Okay, next up is the Templar. This is by Northfield Unexcelled, also known as Great Eastern Cutlery, and this one is in the Caribbean acrylic, and it features the barn door hinges on there, and this is one of my favorite little knives. It's on a little Coke bottle frame, and a nice little clip blade, 1095 carbon steel, and just a beautiful little knife. And it's in blue acrylic, and well, I don't know what else to say about this other than it is definitely one of my favorite knives, even one of my favorite Great Eastern Cutlery knives. This is probably my number 2 Great Eastern Cutlery knife, and just a gorgeous little knife. Not big at all. It's what, 2 3/4 inches, something like that. Yeah, 2 3/4 inches long, but just a beautiful little knife. So put that one there, put that one there. And we'll pull you over there. Scoot to, scoot, scoot, scoot. All right. What's next? Did I mention there's more than one toothpick in this show? This is a 5-inch toothpick again, a large toothpick, this time in the Colonel Coon family. Colonel Coon is a trademark that is owned by Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and these particular large toothpicks were actually made by Queen Cutlery a while back, probably about 10 years ago, and they are in the Coon stripe acrylic, which is really a kind of a cool coloring going on. You've got black and basically silver, and then like a copper or bronze in the acrylic going on. And I don't know, just a gorgeous knife. I really like it. This is one of 250, and well, I actually liked them so much that I have 2 of them. So, and as you can tell, the Coon stripe acrylic is different on every one of the knives that you're going to find, which is one of the things that you'll often see in any kind of Swirly Plastic. No 2 are going to be exactly alike, which is another thing that I really like about them. Let's move on to the next, and this is just 4. Okay, number 5 on the list is this little Burton trout knife I have right here, and this is a Hen & Rooster, and as you can tell here, it's by Michael J. Prater, and this is in his Coralon. This particular one is using what was known as Emerald River Coralon, and this is really cool because among other things, what you have mixed in with the acrylic or whatever Coralon is, it's a special kind of plastic, a trademarked plastic used by Michael Prater, In any case, you also have pearl dust mixed in with it in this instance, which makes it really kind of cool. It gives it that nice sparkle going on in there and everything. So it's pretty cool. And that's one of the cool things about Michael Prater and his Coralon, is he has a habit of mixing all sorts of other stuff in with it. And this little knife comes in right at 7 1/4 or so. So nice little Emerald River bird and trout knife by Hen and Rooster and Michael J. Prater. So that's number 5 in my grouping. Let's move this one out of the way so I'll have room for number 6. And finally, the next one up is by Remington. It's actually made by Camillus, but it's Remington brand. And it was known as the Mariner when it came out, which seems kind of odd for a large toothpick to be called Mariner, until you also understand that a Mariner, or the large toothpick, is basically a folding bird and trout knife. So maybe that was the connection with the name. In any case, it's got the Remington bullet shield going on, and then this is in tortoiseshell. And tortoiseshell, imitation tortoiseshell, is again one of my favorite synthetic handles. Rather it be in celluloid or in acrylic. I believe this one might actually still be in celluloid, but it is a much better stabilized celluloid because it was made in the 90s. Also a knife made in the USA, but in this case by Camillus. And see there, Remington, made in USA. Just a gorgeous knife. Very typical of the Camillus large toothpicks. And one of 3 USA made tortoiseshell toothpicks that I have, all large. In any case, there you have it. There are my 6 Swirly Plastic knives for the 6 synthetic handled knives. Are they my favorite? This one definitely is. This one's pretty good too. In many ways, yeah, these I could definitely say that. Are these my favorite 6 synthetic handled knives? Let me put it this way. They're the 6 favorite that I pulled out for this video. And I'm pretty happy with the choices. So we'll leave it at that. let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with the Pious. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.